Sorry guys, I was in mute. So is anyone is missed yesterday session, guys? Yesterday session.
Yes, this is my first class.
Yeah, Shiva. You can reach out to me. Yesterday session I will share with you. Are you there in WhatsApp group?
Yes, sir.
Or you can go through the about chart. There you will get the yesterday session which I upload in YouTube.
Yeah, sure, sir. I will check that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Anyone else is there? Okay. Okay, let us start the session. So anyone is having any questions on yesterday session, guys? Okay. So what is SQL? We will see today. So SQL stands for structured query language. There is a structure for this language. So structured query language. Also, some people we can call it as a SQL also. Either you can call it as a SQL, either you can call it as a SQL. So SQL is a programming language used to interact with RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. So we have seen right yesterday. So in how the data is stored in RDBMS, what is data? So to access the data in the RDBMS, we use the SQL. So by using SQL, we can interact with the, I already recorded, it will be uploaded, no issues. Okay, so SQL is the primarily language which is used to interact with the RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. All major RDBMS, Relational Database Management Systems like Oracle, MySQL, MS SQL, PostgreSQL, all many, I mean, even Snowflake cloud database also, which is developed by using the SQL and the PLSQL. So to interact with any RDBMS, we must and should use the SQL. So many RDBMS uses the SQL to interact with the RDBMS. What type of interaction we will do with any database? We can read the data, we can write the data, we can create and modify or delete the data, and even we can analyze the data. So as I said yesterday, there are some reporting tools, Power BI, Tableau, QuickView, there are some reporting tools. So they need to analyze the data. I mean, they need to build some reports to give the graphical representation to the user. So if you share the data as a tabular format, tabular means as a table format. Yesterday we have seen, right, how the data is stored in table in form of rows and columns. So if you share like this, he may not understand, because in real time data will be a huge number of rows will be there. I mean, millions of data will be there. So by the time to go through each and every data, very difficult to the user, right? Like how much sales is happened for today, how much profit we have earned, where is the sales, I mean, which city more sales has happened, and what type of products is sold more. I mean, which product is sold more on particular day. So to know this all the things, so to go through the table, it's very difficult to the user. So that's by that situation, what they will hire one tab, one reporting team. So they will ask the reports based on the requirement. So reports team access the data by using SQL to the, from the database, and they will analyze the data. They will create the reports based on that. So they will provide the graphical representation. Right, trends, it will show trends in the sense it will go line chart, circle wise, pie chart, bar chart, those things. They used to create it. So now how we can read the data from the database? How we can read the data from the database, guys? So once you install, sorry. So once you installed any database, any RDBMS in your local mission, any RDBMS, once you installed it, so there will be some particular environmental tool will be installed automatically. If you use MS SQL, Microsoft Server will be installed. So if you use Oracle, SQL Plus will be installed. This is the environmental tool. So by default, it will be installed once you installed the software in your mission. So even you can connect while installing, you can create your own username and password. You can connect by using that one. So I have installed Oracle database 19C. 19C. The version is 19.300. So you can connect to the database and you can read the data, or you can write the data, you can delete the data. How to read the data? By using select command, we can read the data. So you don't need to about these commands. We can discuss once we get the commanding part. Commands. Once we discuss the commands, there we can discuss what is this commands and all. So we are reading the employees table data by using this command. Okay, we can read the data. Next is we can write the data into RDBMS. You can insert the data, or you can create your own data as well. For example, you don't need to worry about this details and all, guys. We will see each commands. I'm showing create table, some example. Temp I have given one. So I'm creating. So I have created one table. I have created one table. So I wanted to, why I have created? I wanted to store the data. Write the data into the database. Storing the data, writing the data, both are same. So what I am doing, I am writing some data, my class information, my students information, I am inserting data. So I am inserting some data. So again, I'm storing some data. See, let's see the data. See, can we be able to write the data into the database? Yes, like this, we can write the data into the database. You don't need to worry about these commands. We will discuss in the commands part. So you need to know, like whatever I am telling single statement in my mouth, you should know about that. So read the data, we can write the data. We can create, modify, delete the data. So we can create the data like, tables like this. Even you can delete the data as well. See, one row is deleted. If you see the table, so Mansoor is deleted, SN number 1. So even you can delete the data. You can modify the data. Even you can update the this data as well. We will see this commands later. Okay. So each commands, there are number of commands. What is the usage of that command? When you need to use that command, this we will discuss further. So now data. What is data? Collection of, anything which is understandable by the system is called data. Or else the collection of events needs to be stored in single object is called as a data. So where the data we have stored right now in table we have stored in table. This is called one object. This is called, there are number of objects we have: table, views, index, synonym, sequence. We will see this, those are one by one topic will come in further. Those are the topics. We will see later those topics. There are number of objects. So what is data? Anything which is stored for feature reference. Why we stored this data? Why I stored my student information? I have stored for feature reference. Feature reference, I have stored the data. Anything which is stored for the feature reference is called as a data. Or else the collection of events. Events means what we can do with the data. We can insert the data, we can delete the data, we can remove the data. We can modify the data. So the events, what we can do with the data means we can add, we can modify, we can remove. So the collection of events needs to be stored. Events in the sense anything you can do this transaction. Anything you can do these actions on the database level. Stored in a single object is called as a data. Or else collection of raw facts is called as a data. So in database, I said in object, right? I said object. So where we store the data in the database? In objects, either a table, index, sequence, synonym, anything. So how many types of objects we have in the database? There are only two types of objects we have: user object and system object. User object and system object. User object means it will be created by the user and manipulated by the users and contain the user data. Who created this one? For example, you are accessing your Gmail. You are the user for the Gmail, right? Because you are using their product. You are one type of customer for them. Customer in the sense user there. You are one user there. So now where I have logged in and where I am doing this transaction in the database. So I am the one user for this database. Who and all is having the access? Who and all is having access to this database? They are the users for the database. They are the user for the. If you take any product, mobile. If you take telecom, Airtel. For Airtel, you are using network. For Airtel, who and all using their network, they all are the users for the Airtel network. The same way, user object means which one I have created right now? Temp one. This is called one object. Who created? User created. Who is the user? I am the user for this database because I have logged into my particular username, using my particular username and password. So this is, what is this object, guys? User object, because user is created this one. User is created this one. Who manipulated this object? Manipulated in the sense inserted the data, removing the data, updating the data. Who is manipulated? User is manipulated. So anything which is created by the user and manipulated by the users and contain the data. What is the data it is having? I have created the data, right? The data is user's data. So anything which is created by the user, manipulated by the user and contain the user data, that is called user object. that is called user object. Clear? Next is system object. System object. Let's see the same way select star from temp1 I have used. The same way I am using user underscore tables. See, did I created this user underscore table? Did I created this one?
No.
No. So who is created this one? It is created by the system. It is created by the system. When there are number of tables which is created by the system automatically, which is created by the system automatically, when it will be created at the time of installation, at the time of database installation, the system will be created some tables. The system will created some tables. Those are all called data dictionaries. Some objects that will be created. Even not only this one, user underscore indexes. User underscore indexes. See. Even you may get confused by seeing this one. Let's see. See, the user underscore indexes table object is having these many columns. These many columns. Select index name. See, so the index name is SNO underscore this one. Table owner who is Venky, because I have, this is my username. I have created these all are the indexes. So did I created this table? No. This object who is created, system will create at the time of software installation or database installation, system will create some objects. Those all are called data dictionaries as well. So which are already available in the database. That is called system object. At the time of installation, or else you can call it nothing but system created objects. System object means system created object. Clear, guys? So next is, so how the data is stored in the database, guys? How the data is stored in the database?
In the form of tables.
So in tables data will be stored in the form of rows and columns. Data will be stored in the tables. So you need to know about the table, right? Before going to the data types, everything. You need to know about the tables and what is column, these things. Okay. So if we call it as object or entity, both are same. So objects in the sense, see, for example, if you go in your home, inside in home, there will be many things. We can call it as object also, right? Some of the particular item is called one object. So many objects will be there in our home. Either it will be TV, either it will be refrigerator, either it will be iron box, either it will be AC, anything which is called one object. So the same thing in database, multiple objects will be there. Either a table, either an index, synonym, sequence, like that. So object is you should not think as only as a table. There are multiple objects. So if you call it as object or entity, both are same. If you call it as attribute, or column, both are same. If we call it as record, tuple and row in real time, record, tuple and row, that is also same. Record, tuple and row. So object or entity, attribute or column, both are same. Record in the sense row, one record, row or tuple. So in real time, we can call it as a columns, we can call it as attributes also. Columns also we can call it. Mostly we never call it as a tuple for the row. We will call it as a record or row. Okay, remove that one. Remember that one. So now let's go to the table. What is table? Table is a database object. It is one object. Why we use this table? Use it to store the data. To store the data, we use the tables. We use the table. What is table? The collection of, it is collection of rows and columns. Collection of rows and columns is called as a collection of rows and columns is called as a table. So this is one tool, guys, to interact with the database in real time. 99% we never use this SQL plus, which is default provided by the database. Oracle, once you install the software. So we will use some of the tools, Oracle developer, Toad, PLSQL developer, but 99.99 in companies, they use Oracle SQL developer. This is the tool you need to be practiced before entering to the organization. So let's see, let me show you the table. See, this is table. This is one column. This is another column. This is one more column. This is one row or record. How many records are there in this table? 14 records. Or 14 rows data it is having. So the collection of rows and columns is called as a table. Table is a database object which is used to store the data. Now this is called one cell. This is called one cell. Cell means intersection between the row and column. This is column, right? This is row, right? This is intersection between the row and column. Intersection of row and column is called as a cell. Cell can, how many values it can store the data, guys? One cell. One cell, how many values can store? Only one, right? So one cell can have only one value. So how to create a table? How to create a table? Create table, table name. Create table, table name. So you guys, you must need to remember these all are the syntax. To create a table, we need to follow some rules. Rules is nothing but a syntaxes. To create a table, you must need to provide the something here. For example, you are having, if you are entering some organization, if you are entering your college or school, so the college is maintaining some access card and they will put some rules, right? Like you should not go during the class outside. You should not go, you should be come to this one study hours from 5 to 6. There are some organization rules, right? How they have to maintain their organization. So you must need to maintain the school dress or uniform, everything. The same way to the database is having some set of rules. Based on you must and should follow those rules to interact with the database, to store the data into the database, to act any action in the database. You must and follow the same rules. Is nothing but a syntax. To create a table, Oracle has provided, I mean, the SQL is provided, the database is provided some set of rules. You must not need to follow that rule to create the table. What is that rule? This is the syntax. Create table, table name. This is called in real time, I mean, database terminology, open parenthesis, this one. This one is the open parenthesis, this one. This one is closed parenthesis. This one is open parenthesis. This one is closed parenthesis. Okay. So create table, table name, open parenthesis, column 1, based on your requirement, you need to decide what and all columns required. Column 1, then data type, data type. What type of data stored in this column? We have to declare the data type. Then size for that column. How many bytes the data is stored in this column? We have to declare. How many bytes of data stored in this column? For example, let's see. So to describe the table, we have to use DESC is the command. To describe the table, we have to use DESC. Describe in the sense, what type of columns are there? What is the data type used for that column? What is the size used for that column? And whether the column is having constraints or not. We can see here. See, if you see, these are the columns, right? Can we able to know by seeing this one, what is this employee number? I mean, size, how much size used for this column? Can we able to know? No, we can't understand by using this table. So you have to describe the table to know the data type for that column and the size for that column. So what is the employee number data type? It's a number data type. What is the size they have used, guys? 4 bytes. 4 bytes. So how we can understand the byte? Every single character is called as a byte. So here how many bytes of data? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bytes. Here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 bytes of data. So every single character here, it is called 1 byte. It is called 1 byte. So maximum, how many bytes of data we can store in this employee number column? Maximum how many bytes, guys? 4 bytes of data. More than that, we cannot store. For example, here job column is having 9 bytes of data. See, here we have inserted how many bytes? 3, 4, 7 bytes only. We can insert less than this bytes, but we cannot insert the data more than this. So like that, we need to declare how much size of data we require to install this, store in this column. So here column 2, what is the data type? Then size for that, then comma separated. For each column, you need to separate by using comma. So like that, we can declare number of columns. The maximum number of columns maximum number of columns for a table. Very, very important, guys. In exam or interview question, they will ask 1000 columns we can declare. Maximum number of columns we can declare for this table, 1000 columns. If you go to the MS SQL server, 1024 columns we can declare. 1024. So maximum number of columns declared in the Oracle database, 1000 columns. But you never go to declare this many columns. Maximum is 15, 20 like that. Based on requirement, you need to create. So what is the syntax to create a table, guys? Create table, table name. Then open parenthesis, column name, data type, size for that column, then comma. Again column name, data type, size for that column, again comma. So that you can declare number of columns, then closed parenthesis. And one more thing, guys, to create any object, the create keyword will be the same. See, to create a table is one object, right? I wanted to create another object sequence. Create sequence name. Create index name. Create table name. Okay. Now, by seeing this one, what you can understand, to create a table, what and all required for you to create a table? What and all required, guys? Create is a command, table is a keyword. So if you are creating a table, you have to declare table as a keyword. If you are creating a sequence, you have to declare keyword as a sequence. If you are creating a index, you have to declare index as a sequence. If you are creating a view, create view name. So create is a command. Here view is a here keyword. Index is a keyword. Sequence is a keyword. Table is a keyword. Based on which object you are creating, you have to declare the same. Okay. To create a table, what and all we need, guys? We need table name. We need column name. We need data type and size for that. What and all we require to create a table now? Table, to create a new table, we require the table name, what and all columns. What and all columns we require, that we have to declare, and based on the column name mechanism, which data you have to store, you have to declare data types for that. Understand? To create a table, what and all we required? Table name, column names, and data type and size. Data type and size. Understand, guys? Any doubts? Okay. So now in real time, like this, we can, for example, if you want to store merchant data, merchant address, so merchant underscore address, or else merchant address, like this table they will elaborate. They don't put like EMP like this small, I mean like this EMP and all. They will put full form. If it is a employees data, they will put in real time like this. Employee. Student means student data. Product means product data. Order related means orders data. Any transaction data means trans raw data. Any transaction address means transactions address data. Customer address, merchant address. The table names is full form they will put. They don't put short forms like EMP, DEPT. Departments data means they will put department. Employees data means they will put employee. They don't put EMP, DEPT like that. Clear, guys? First, next is we require the table name, right? Table name is unique queue in the database. Unique in the database means, for example, we are having already employee table in the database, right? Am I right? Let's create a table. Create. Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, Venky.
Yeah. Let's create a table. So to create a table, create command. We will discuss about the command. Create table. So we require the table name, right? I am giving student info. Student info. So I am giving open parenthesis. I required SL number. So number, to store the numeric data, we will discuss about the data types. To store the numeric data, we have to declare number data type. So how many bytes I wanted to store? Some 4 bytes of data, comma. One column is we declared. The table name we have taken student underscore info. Open parenthesis, then student SN number, number data type, comma separated. Second column is name. So to store the character data, so I'm giving some another data type. You just remember this one. I will let you know. So I have taken 2 columns. Table is created. Table is created. So again, I am trying to create one more table, same name. Same name. I'm taking just a number data type, some 10 bytes. Address, to data type, or else some 20. So something I have taken. What is the issue? Okay. Is it command? So now I am creating one more table. What is the issue, guys? Same table. I am creating one more table, but my column names are different. What is the issue? Name is already used by an existing object. What is that means? So already the same name table is already available in the database. Already available in the database. So we have created already same name of a table. Can we able to create same name of a table again in the database?
No.
No. So if you try to create, you will get a error. Name is already used by existing object. That is what I mentioned here. Table name is unique in the database. Unique means only one name is allowed. Same name you can't create another table. Okay. So now are we providing? See here we are providing size for this column, right? What is the size for this column?
10.
10 bytes. What is the size for this column? 20 bytes. You don't need to about this. I will let you know later. So here, what is the size for this SN number column? 4 bytes. So now the same way, are we providing any size for this table?
No.
No. So you don't need to provide the memory explicitly for the table. You don't need to provide the memory explicitly for the table or size for the table. how we are providing size for the column. You don't need to provide the size for the table or memory for the table. Who will take? Automatically system will take. Based on the volume of data in the table, the size will be increased, the size will be decreased automatically. You don't need to provide any memory explicitly for the table. These all are the rules, guys. The same table name you should not use for the another table. I mean, unique in a table. You don't need to provide any data, I mean, any memory for the table. And one more thing. Again, I am creating one more table. Same table. Here 1, 2, 3. Student I have taken. So it is a different name, right? So we have already created this name. So is it different or same name?
Different.
Different. So let's see what will happen. What is the issue? Invalid table name. Why we are getting, even though we have given different table name, it is not same as like this, right? Invalid table name. So the table name must be start with A to Z letter. The table name, either small or capital, that must be start with the A to Z letter. It should not start with any numerics or special characters. Special means at the day to yashu, undo, percentage symbol. There will be many special characters in the keyboard. There will be many special characters in the keyboard. You should not use any special characters. These things are numerics. The table name must be start with the A to Z letter. Clear? Next is I am trying to create the table. So table name, you know, right? Must be start with the A to Z letter only, alphabetical letter. Table name must be start with the alphabetic or character. So now I am creating a table. Create table, table name I have given. Did I declare any columns like this? Tell me, guys. Did I declare any columns for the table?
No.
No. So here, every table must have at least one column while creating the table. So that means while creating a table, at least you have to declare. At least you have to declare one column. At least you have to declare one column. See, now table is created. How many columns we declare? One column. So while creating a table, at least one column we have to declare. Otherwise, it will raise error. So table name cannot be an Oracle keyword or Oracle keyword. So there are some functions, there are some keywords is there. So you should not use. So delete is a keyword, right? Or command. We have insert or delete we have used. The table name, we should not use the Oracle keyword. So even create is a command, right? So I'm using a table name also create. Table name also create. See, invalid table name. Invalid table name. So insert I will take. See. So table name cannot be a Oracle keywords, either commands or any keywords. Okay. So table name cannot be case sensitive. I mean, table name is a not case sensitive. Even if you give even if you give smaller case, even if you give smaller case, I mean like this, it will be stored automatically. It will be stored automatically. Table is created, right? We have given smaller case table, right? If you see how to describe any table, what is the command? DESC to describe the table. So we have user underscore tables I am taking, where the tables will get stored. If we observe student to student 10, in which case we have given, guys? Student 10, smaller case, right? Table name. How it is stored in the database? Capital letters, right? So even that's the reason I am telling it is not a case sensitive. Even if you give smaller case, even if you give capital letters, it will accept. It doesn't raise any error, but automatically it's stored in the capital letters only. Understand? So one table can have maximum 1000 columns. So what is valid table? We can declare like this, employee 100, but we should not declare like this. Why we should not declare like this, guys? Why we should not declare 100 EMP? We can declare like this, employee 100. Why we should not declare 100 EMP?
It starts with, need to start with alphabets only.
Alphabetic. So table name must be start with the alphabetic. So employee underscore date we can declare. Employee underscore date we can declare. Employee. For example, you may get situation, there are two words are including your table name, like employee details. Employee details. So I am declaring one column, employee, ENO, number date type. I am just declaring one column. So what is the issue? Missing or invalid option. My requirement is table name is like this, no? Employee date, employee details. So the table name should be a single word. You should not declare two words like this. If you declare like this, the server will understand. Table name, this one, create table name. What is this? So it doesn't understand. After the table name, it must be start with the parentheses. But here it is started this one. So how to avoid that one? You have to make it a single word. So to make it a single word, you should not declare hyphen like this. Hyphen. Even that is also not accepted. So to make it a single word, you have to give underscore like this. You can declare like this, underscore. See, now table is created. So you can, this is a valid table. So like you should not declare like this. So EMP underscore delete. So delete is a keyword, right? So even you can use EMP underscore delete because it will become one word. It is not a keyword. So why we should not declare like this table name delete?
Because it's a keyword.
It is a keyword. We should not declare it. So these all are the rules to create a table. Table must be unique name, and we no need to provide any memory. It has to start with the alphabetic letter only. At least one column we have to declare for the table, and table name cannot be a Oracle keyword. These all are the rules. The same way, column name. Column name also unique in a table. Column name also unique in a table. For example, I have to declare ENO number date type. Same ENO, I am giving different date type. What is the issue? Sorry. What is the issue now? Underscore we have to give it. What is this? Duplicate column name. Even though different data type we have to declare, column names are same. What is the issue? Duplicate column name. That means, see, if you observe here, if you observe EMP underscore date, one table, here EMP underscore delete. So here we have declared ENO, table is created, table is created. If you give again different table name, again different table name, same column name also it will accept. See, here EMP underscore data, ENO number data, EMP underscore delete table name, ENO underscore number. So now you can tell me, can we use same column name in a different table? Here if you observe, EMP underscore det is a table, EMP underscore delete is a table. Here table names are different, but column names are
same.
Similar.
same. So can we able to declare same column name in multiple tables?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we can declare. But if you can we able to declare same column name within the table?
No.
No. So if you try to declare same common column name in same table, you will get an error, duplicate column name. So that is what column name is a unique in a table. So only one column allowed for this table. Same repeat means it will raise error. But you can declare in another tables. Okay. Column name must be start with same A to Z. The column name also must be start with the alphabetic letter A to Z. Column name cannot be a Oracle keyword. Same. Delete to, create to, insert to, select to. It should not be Oracle keyword. Column name also. So understand, guys. Table name is completed. Column name is completed. We will see tomorrow data types. We will see tomorrow data types. So any doubts? Anyone is having any doubts? So this is the tomorrow session link, guys. I will share in the WhatsApp. Session 3. You need to register it. And somebody is asked, like somebody is asked me to join WhatsApp group. Narendra, you can use this link to join the WhatsApp group. This is the link. So I think Sharan, I used to upload in YouTube. You can join in this WhatsApp group to get a, recorded video. I will share in the WhatsApp group. Anyone is having any doubts, guys? Use this link to join for the tomorrow session. Register for the tomorrow session. Anyone is having any doubts? So tomorrow we can see data types. So these all are the data types we have. Initially we will see character data type, number data type, date time data type. Then we will go for the actual statements. The statements we have to go on written. Okay, like this. So, and one more thing, guys, tomorrow we have a session. And happy Ugadi to everyone. But please join the tomorrow session, because for every batch I used to provide the 5 days free sessions, but I am not sure whether I can provide 5 days for this batch. Maybe tomorrow is the last session, because in my company they are requesting. I mean, they are telling us to come the office from 2 days, to come to office 2 days. So I may need to travel to the office 23rd and 24th. I mean, Thursday and Friday. That's the reason I may not able to take the session, because I am not in the same location. I need to travel 200 kilometers to my office. I'm in hometown. So tomorrow may be last session. If anyone wants to willing to the enroll, and they wanted to install the software now itself, so you can contact me. So tomorrow is the free session. You can register for the same and you can join the tomorrow session. Any doubts? Guys, can you able to understand whatever we are discussing here?